सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Yeah, Ramaji can unmute yourself. सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त
सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त
गोचरं तमगोचरम्
गोचरं तमगोचरम्
गोविन्दं परमानन्दम्
गोविन्दं परमानन्दम्
सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्
तद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्
दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतत्
दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतत्
देवानुग्ररहेतुकम्
देवानुग्ररहेतुकम्
मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वम्
मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वम्
महापुरुषसंश्रयः
महापुरुषसंश्रयः
लब्ध्वा कथञ्चिन्नरजन्म दुर्लभम्
लब्ध्वा कथञ्चित् नरजन्म दुर्लभम्
तत्रापि पुंस्त्वं श्रुतिपारदर्शनम्
तत्रापि पुंस्त्वं श्रुतिपारदर्शनम्
यस्वात्ममुक्त्यै नयतेतमूढधीः
यस्वात्ममुक्त्यै नयतेत मूढधीः
स ह्यात्महा स्वं विनिहन्त्यसद्ग्रहात्
तह्यात्महात् स्वं विनिहन्त सद्गृहात्
पठन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
पठन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना मुक्तिः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
Bhagavan Bhashyakara, after the Mangalacharanam, praised human birth. Manushya Janma Prashamsa was done in shlokas 2 and 3. And now he is telling why human Dharma is, or beginning to tell why human Dharma is praiseworthy, why it's important for us to recognize. So he's saying, Patantu Shastrani Yajantu Devan. He's going to now bring in this Atma Bodha. So Atma Aikya Bodhena Vina, he's going to say, this so-called moksha is not possible. And it is not difficult for us to accept that because once we understand Purusharthas, Artha, Kama, Dharma are there. Artha is security. And I can never say I am 100% secure. It doesn't matter however emotionally strong I am. Emotionally weak means, oh yeah, it's no chance. But emotionally strong person also is afraid of death, afraid of death. And death is not acceptable. No, no, I will die for the country, I will die for my children and all that is there. That's fine. That's good. If you can say that, that's good. That at least brings some stability to our life. But then Shastram says it is not the end of the game. No, that is the thing. If it's not the end of the game, then when is it going to end? If you ask, then that is what it is here. Atma Ikya Bodhena. Advaita Vedanta steps in right there. And so he says, whatever karma we do will come in this category. What category? Artha, Kama, Dharma. Dharma is Punyam Papam. Since I know in nothing other than Artha and Kama, security and pleasure, these are the only two things I know. But I also do Punyam. Punyam also I believe in, and therefore I want to be in Punyam. And Punyam is nothing but Artha and Kama for the future. Artha and Kama for the future. And so everything is Artha and Kama only. That's all a human being knows. We all have different ways of getting Artha and Kama. That's all difference. And therefore he says, the human birth is the only birth that can ask this question, that can do this analysis. Otherwise, this buddhi is what? Material prosperity, progress. Today we are in a very prosperous world. Our world is highly prosperous. No denying, no denying. So it keeps on prospering. And more things are coming up. Chat GPT has come up. A professor told me, you know what he told me? He said, my student has written a paper. They're all research people, they're writing, publishing papers in journals, PhD student. And I don't, he's correcting his paper. He's good technically, intellectually very good. But the English is very poor. English is very poor, he said. Oh boy, what a headache now. I have to sit and read it and keep on correcting it. You have to take a red pen, print it out, and then you have to mark it like those times. That's the best way to do it. Not I'll edit the word, Word document, all the editing, that okay. But generally, people who are used to all this, they'll take a red pen and just read and then correct things off and put arrow marks. No, no, this sentence, this paragraph should go before. Like this, they will put all. So I told him, I gave him an idea. There is something called Chat GPT. Have you heard this? Just get the, either you can do it or he can also do it. Student can do it. Put the entire Word document into Chat GPT and tell Chat GPT this is written by somebody who doesn't know English. You are the expert in English. Change it. Have oh, I see. Like that, he said. I have yet to talk to him whether that happened, does he plan to do that and all that. So it's going to change. Everything is changing. And it will change. You know why? Because that is the nature of Artha, Kama, and Dharma. That is the nature of Jagat. The word for world itself is Jagat. Jayate Gachati iti Jagat. It's born and then it changes. Gachati means moving, changes. That is our word, Sanskrit word itself tells everything. So you can't say I'm afraid of change. You're welcome to say, okay, these changes I don't accept, I don't want. That you can say. But we can't be afraid of change. Therefore, here he says, given all this, karma is what I do. I have to do karma to gain security. I have to do karma to gain pleasure, karma. This is the only thing I know. I know nothing else. So he is making it clear now. There is something called jnanam. Atma aikya bodhena vina. Without without that atma aikya, he just said atma aikyam. Sameness of Atma. That is the literal meaning. Sameness of Atma means what? Okay, here you are standing, you are Atma. He is standing, he is Atma. They're all walking. Look, Margari Bhajan is going on. Street Bhajan is going on. I can hear it. So all of them are there. They're chanting Rama, Nama, and all that, and they are doing Bhajan. So they're all Atmas. Every human being is an Atma out there. What about birds? They're also Atma. What about other animals? They're also Atma only. Now, different Atmas, yeah, in a way different also because each Jivatma has their own karma. Only different, only then it has to be different. But essentially, are they different? That is what he's saying. Atma Aikya. Essentially, these Atmas are not different. Till the Jivatma understands that all those Atmas are identical. Number one. Number two, until the Jiva understands that what about all these non-living things? They are also to be accounted for. And so okay, go ahead and account for it, and you'll do the analysis of the universe. You'll end up with the same Atma. Then only one thing is left. What is that thing? Ishvaraha, Kadavul, Bhagavan, Devudu is left out. He's sitting and watching and having fun. Let him sit wherever he wants. He can, it's his choice. You also have a choice. Should he not have choice? Yeah, he can also have choice. And let him sit wherever he wants. Or he can come and go. Guess what? Ishvara, we say all pervasive Vishnu. Viveshti iti Vishnu. Viveshti means what? All pervades everything. Iti Vishnu. And so Vishnu is all pervasive. All pervasive means everywhere. Everywhere means Jagat, you already said is Atma. All human beings are Atma, you said. And all that is Ishvara. Therefore, Ishvara also must be Atma. Essence of Ishvara has to be Atma. Let him have any avatara he wants. That is his choice. That is avatara, Upadhi. We're talking about the essence. Like the essence of ocean is water, and the essence of every wave is also water. Every drop is water, every droplet is water. Tsunami wave, what about tsunami wave? That also is water. Therefore, Atma Aikya Bodhena, he's introducing. Okay. I'll come back to Atma Aikya Bodhena later. But then he says, then what about all the karma I do? A religious person, this, that. I'm not religious, but I do a lot of other good things. All these things we say. So he makes it clear. This Shakaracharya makes it clear. Patantu Shastrani, we saw it last time. You can read whatever text you want. You can read whatever text. He's saying, that means what? We have to read Vivekachoodamani in order to understand that simply reading Vivekachoodamani is not enough. That is the beauty of Vivek. That's the beauty of this. Veda is a mirror of words. It shows you who you are and then it just drops off. Drops off means what? Done the job. Now you can say Veda is Mithya. Correct. Veda is Mithya also. Veda is sacred, yeah. Sacred is Mithya only. Not sacred also is Mithya only. So mirror just shows you the mirror. And then it no more, we don't need Veda anymore. That person does not need Veda anymore. That is the idea here. That's the beauty. So here, right there, when he says Patantu Shastrani, you are not going to get moksha by studying Shastra. Shankaracharya is making a bold statement. So this is sacred. The Vivekachoodamani is a sacred text for us. But you need the text to show what is Mithya, what is Satyam. Okay? You are not looking for the Veda. You're not looking for Satyam. You're not looking for, you're looking out for yourself. Self is the most important thing in my life. And so everything else is just meant for me, maximum, meant for me. You use it, and then what for that, what? You don't use something for the sake of using it. Sometimes we do that. We have things we don't feel like throwing it. You don't feel like throwing it. Oh my God. अच्छा plastic recycle तो करो. Oh, recycle I can do, correct. But I'll keep it for a few more days and then I will see if I need it. Then I will recycle it, okay? Don't put pressure on me like that, please. What is that bothering you? That empty boxes that are the whole almari full of boxes are there. Is it bothering you? It's not bothering you, right? So just keep quiet, okay? So he says, Patantu Shastrani, you can read whatever text you want. Yajantu Devan. Devan Yajantu. So Devata, last time I was talking. So we discussed all the Devas, the various ways of doing Yajanam of Devas. Pancha Maha Yajna is there. If we don't know all the Yajnas, we are not Karmakandis. We don't know all the Yajnas written in the Vedas. We only heard Vajapeya Yajna like that we hear. Then of course Homas are all there. We know some Homas. Navagraha Homa is there. They like this many Ganapati Homa. All these things are Chandi Homam like that they say and they do also. So all these are the Devan. Devan means all the Devas. You are welcome to invoke all the Devatas. Bhagavad Krishna also says that you have to do it. We saw that last time. All right. Then let's look at Bhajantu Devataha. Bhajantu Devataha. These two seem similar. Yajantu Devan, Bhajantu Devataha. Seem similar only. Two ways of looking at it. Yajantu Devataha. Devan means Homa Agni Karmani. Agni Karmani. In Vedic ritual, Vedic society, Agni Karma is very important. You have to light it. You have to burn the summit. You have to burn that so-called cow dung, dried cow dung. Then only that Agni is there. And then all this vibhuti and all comes from that homa only. Should ideally that's where it should come. So if you take that Yajantu Devan as Agni Karma, then this Bhajantu Devata is what? Anagni Karmani. All the puja we do, bhajanam we do, literally bhajanam, puja, every prayer you do at home, where you light don't light this homakunda, that is called bhajantu devataha. Okay, this is one meaning. Another meaning, that meaning is given by Puja Swami. Paramarthanandaji gives the other meaning. What is the other meaning? The other meaning is the yajantu. First one is all the nitya naimittika karma, all karmas, whether it is agni karma or anagni karma, everything is yajantu devan. Then that is karma done by you, by hands and legs and chanting and everything is done, or just chanting as in bhajanam. Then this bhajantu devataha is what is upasanani. Upasanani. A lot of the invocations are done just by dhyanam. Upasana means dhyanam. Dhyanam is very powerful. Which one is more powerful? Doing puja with hands or doing puja, Manasa puja, Shiva Manasa puja, Shankaracharya has written. Okay. Okay. Which one is powerful? If you say, why don't I do the most powerful thing? Why should I do all this? Yeah, you can do the most powerful. Mental is the most powerful. Ramana Maharshi says that. Kayamangmanah karyamuttamam pujanam japas chintanam kramat. Like that he says in Upadeshasara. So he makes it easy for us to understand. He says, hey, Kayamanmana. So Kaya means body. Vak means this one, vocal cords. The vocal apparatus means chanting using the mouth. Kaya Vang Manah. Manah. Manah is using only the mind. Using only the mind is the greatest karma, he says. Greatest act. Greatest powerful prayer. Now, why don't I do the powerful prayer? Because why do something less than that? You can say that, but it's not easy. You have to just do the way everybody else does. Do the bhajan. Only after doing bhajan, you can do puja. After puja only, you can do other things. So he says that there. In any case, in any case, this bhajan to devataha in the second interpretation will be what? Those kinds of dhyanani, upasanani. All right. That's another way to interpret. Two different interpretations are there. Basically, you cover the whole thing between these two phrases. That's the idea. All right. Now, kurvantu karmani. So the fact that Shankara is saying so much shows that, okay, this yajantu and bhajantu are Vaidika karmani, but yeah, all life, all day long, you are not doing Vaidika karma, you are not doing homa, or you are not doing puja. There are lots of other things you do. That is all coming under the kurvantu karmani. All daily activities. Kurvantu karmani. Yeah. And so, and that includes taking care of things, taking care of the self, taking care of family, taking care of society. All that comes under this kurvantu karmani. Taking care of animals, taking care of the environment. There is no fire. There's a prayer. You can be prayerful. Prayerfully take care of all these things. So that's all of that. Laukika karmani. There is a, I don't know how many of you remember this in Kathopanishad. Yama just comes back after a long trip, and Nachiketa is waiting and waiting for 3 days. He hasn't had food, and the people in Yamaloka are just terrified because he's a Brahmana boy and he's not eating. And if he can just issue a curse, and we will all become Bhasma. And so immediately they plead to Yama, saying, "Please, Maharaj, do something. His boy has been waiting for 3 days. Do something. Appease him as soon as possible." And so he does starts doing Pada Puja. But they give some justification. Ishta Purte, they say, whatever good all of us have earned in life so far will be bhasma, will be burnt in no time if he issues a curse. Ishta Purte. He says Ishta and Purta. Ishta means what? Ishta means Yajana Kriya. This Yajantu and Bhajantu comes under Ishta Kriya. It's called Ishta Kriya. The particular word. Veda Kriya is called Ishta Kriya. Then Purtam, he says, that those advisors tell him, Purta. Purtam. Purtam means all outreach activities, all seva activities, all helping activities. Okay. It is defined also. I remember Swamiji had said this long ago. Vapi Kupa Tadakadi Deva. Don't write this down. I'll tell you. Vapi Kupa Tadakadi Devata Yatanani Cha Annapradana Marama Purtamityabhidhiyate. The shloka defines this word Purta. Okay. Let me explain. All that is what I'm going to tell you this. Vapi Kupa Tadakadi. All these wells, lakes, and other sources of water. Tadaka means lake. Here in Coimbatore, we have a road called Tadagam Road. And those days, it must have been a big lake phenomenon. Tadagam Road. Okay. So now I don't see a lake anywhere. Somewhere far away, there's a lake. So Vapi means well. Kupa, well. Vapi must be another small source of water. Vapi, Kupa, Tadakadi, etc. All sources of water. You help the society by creating these things, by supporting the protection of water wells and water sources. Look at the first word there. Vapi, Kupa, Tadakadi. Next one. Devatayatanani cha. Devata ayatanani. Temples must be there. Without temple, what kind of life is this? Devatayatanani cha. Construct temples. Help people who construct temples. No, I can't do this. Okay, go and do seva in the temple. Okay, Devatayatanani cha. Annapradanam. Annadanam kuru. People need food. Everybody is not like you. You can cook your own food and eat alone. Not possible. So, Annapradanam. Aramaha. Interesting word. Aramaha. Place to stay. Offer people place to stay because they'll go pilgrimages and all are very important those days. They'll go from here to there. Rameshwaram is here. They've heard about they've heard about Dwaraka. They've heard about Vaishno Devi. They've heard about all these Ujjain. They will go. What will they do? Whether they go in a bullock cart or a horse carriage or walking, God alone knows. And so they will have to get down and eat something. No, no more all this Ibigogo, Gigigogo or something. There all these apps are there. Ibigogo or something. I don't know. I'm not getting that word. Expedia maps are there. So no apps, nothing. Arama. Arama means what? Chowdhury. Those days they say chowdhury. My father used to say chowdhury, chowdhury. I never used to understand what this chowdhury was. And you show me a chowdhury and say this is a chowdhury. Can't you do that? They never explain things, I tell you. I don't know if you have this problem. Nobody explains anything. And the child is wanting to know. Anyway, chowdhury is supposed to be, let's say, a hotel. A free hotel. Free for all hotel. Like all this Vivekananda Kendras and other place, they also run these places. And you have to go there and there is some process to follow. That's called Arama. Those days, Aramaha, people will come and stay there. That's it. A place to stay, spend the night. All right. So that is what that is called. All part of Vapi Kupa Tadakadi Devataya Tananicha Annapradhanam Arama Purtam Iti Abhidhiyate. That is called Purta Karma. Purta Karma. Okay. Purta Karma. It is called Purtam. Iti, this is the definition of Purtam. That is what the shloka is saying. Right? So we can bring all that under Kurvantu Karmani. Okay. Make it easy for life. Let living beings live a happy life. Whatever I can do for that, I do. That is called Kurvattu Karma. Then what? Then Vina Atmaikya Bodha. Bodha. Bodha has two meanings. Bodha means knowledge. Knowledge. So knowledge of this Jiveshwara Ikyam is Atmaikya Bodha. Bodha of Atmaikya. Now it also means teaching. Teaching. Both can be used. Because I can't know unless I am taught or I allow myself to be taught. So that is there, obviously. I can, maybe a book can be a good teacher for me. Book also is a good teacher. And so, however it happens. So, without iske vina. So, Atmaikya bodhena vina. Vimuktihi na siddhyati. Vimuktihi na siddhyati. So called vimukti is a word for moksha. Moksha na siddhyati. It is not possible, he says. Again, why we are bringing knowledge again? There is, Vishishta Advaita means you're to surrender yourself to Vishnu. Surrender, prapatti. That's it. You just surrender. That's all. Your mind, everything is just surrendered to Vishnu. He will take care of everything. And you're talking about knowledge here. They don't talk about knowledge like this at all. They talk about surrender, surrender, surrender. Sharanagati. Yeah, Sharanagati is there. So their definition of moksha is different. For us also Sharanagati is there. But Sharanagati also will not give you moksha, we will say. Why? Atmaikya bodhena. And Atmaikya will not come without Sharanagati also. That also is there. It is not simple. So, Sharanagati, only then my Ankara, which has been masquerading as the greatest, has to just sublime itself and then has to see the whole. And in order to see the whole, the Sharanagati is needed. Bhakti we saw in Kaivalya Upanishad. Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogat Avaihi Acharya says that. There also Maji says that. So here, this knowledge is so important for us because because Atma is free already. If Atma is free already, it can't become freer. It can't be more liberated. It is already liberated, my dear friend. So what karma can liberate Atma? Atma is already free. The board is already white. I can't make it any whiter. And more if I do scratch some more, scratches will start coming on that white board. maximum. And no, there's some black here. Okay, remove all the blacks. It's already white. Everything is white. Nothing can be done. So Atma is already pure. The sugar crystal was crying. Crying. Kya baat hai? Why? What are you crying like this? I want to be sweet. Sugar crystal wants to be sweet. It has come to you and is asking for help. What do you do? Tell me. What can Shiva, God, Vishnu, what can Vishnu do? Please tell me. Sugar crystal wants to be sweet. I can't do anything. My friends can't do anything. My Guruji can't do anything. Shiva and Vishnu also can't do anything. Devi also can't do anything. Nothing can be done. Then why is the sugar crystal crying? It is crying because it thinks it is not sweet. See, its request is very clear. I am not sweet. I want to be sweet. Look at all the sweet people there. I also want to be very sweet like that. Not possible. Then what is stopping? Why is this sugar crystal crying? It doesn't know. It doesn't know. This ignorance comes in the way, no, what to do. Ignorance. If I don't know something, like that guy, and I don't have the glasses here. Like that guy. In this class, I must have given the example, or I did not. In this class, I gave, okay, Arun is shaking his head. So I gave that. Like the guy who wants his glasses. He's insistent. He's screaming that he wants his glasses. Just FYI. Okay. So he wants his glasses. Okay. So what to do to this guy? We saw this example. Therefore, ignorance can't be removed. Ignorance has to be removed. Number one, if the guy is ignorant, he will continue to think he is glassless. And for the glassless guy to know that he is glassed, there is only one possibility, and that is jnanam. To know that I am glassed. I am glassed. That's it. There is no other way to know. No karma. That's why he says, kurvantu karmani, patantu shastrani, bhajantu devataha, yajantu devan, vimuktihi na siddhyati. Bold statement it is. Brilliant statement. Nobody has been able to shake this statement. For how many eons they've been teaching us like this, I don't know. But it's so simple also. Don't think it is difficult and all. Please. I don't want any of you in the class to think Advaita Vedanta is difficult and all that. This idea of difficult and all we should not get. It is what it is. And it is there for us only. For humanity only it is. It's not for dogs and cats. And therefore it is for us. Therefore, this is the fact. Now we can ask, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. And so tell me more. We can ask, tell me more. And so I want to learn more. That's how it should, that it should create that interest in Advaita Vedanta. So that's what he's saying here, Bhagavan Bhashyakara. And so for this guy, the only way he is going to know is what now? If we ask, how is he going to know? We put it like this. The only way he's going to know, because the hair is also black, these glasses are also black. So the only way he's going to know is what? Is to come to know. And how he's going to come to know? Somebody has to say, Tat Tvamasi. Tat, that person who you want to be, Tvameva Asi. You are the person you are seeking. Because you are just anxious. In search of what? In search of that glasses. Okay, here glasses, all right. But who do you want to be? I want to be the possessor of my glasses. Otherwise, I can't read this book. Correct. Tattvamasi. Somebody has to say Tattvamasi. Is that right? Yes, Tattvamasi. That person you want to be is who you are now, not Tattvam Bhavishyasi. You will become that. Every other religion is Tattvam Bhavishyasi. Even that is they won't get. Tattvam is not there at all. There is no equality between Ishvara and Jiva. No equality. You can meet Bhagavan maximum. You can be in his presence maximum. Not saying it's wrong and all that. Vision is like that. Vision is that. Here we are saying Tat Tvam Asi. So those words are called Shabda Pramanam. That's what I wanted to say. Those words, Tat Tvam Asi, somebody has to say, somebody becomes a guru, and Tattvamasi. Word Shabda Pramanam. This is what we mean by the word Pramanam. Shabda Pramanam. Just like eyes are required. See what I'm holding in my hands. If I say, see what I'm holding in my hands, you can't close your eyes and say, I can't do that. Nobody can help you. You have to open your eyes. You have to operate the pramanam, eyes. Only then you can know. Or you can say, I can touch and see. That also is possible. But in our example, eyes have to be used like that. The Shabda Pramanam has to be used. And the Veda is the Shabda Pramanam for us. The Upanishad is the Shabda Pramanam for us. Correct? And for him also, the guy who is searching for the glass also Shabda Pramanam. Or you can say, you can stand in front of a mirror. Correct. We say the Veda is like a mirror of words. Here, the physical example, mirror will work, but if for Atma, mirror can't work. But mirror-like thing, and that is like thing is called Vedaha, Shruti. Okay. Therefore, that is why this Atma Ikya Bodha is so important for us. And Shankaracharya is saying, uh, because now it is self-ignorance. Ignorance of objects is different. I can choose to know, I don't have to know. But Atma is the self. And are you saying I don't know myself? This is the thought I had when I saw the advertisement. When I was doing my PhD, I saw an thing on the notice board. There was a poster. Who am I? A talk by Swami Dayananda Saraswati in Indianapolis. That time I was in Purdue University. Okay, about 1 hour from Indianapolis. Indianapolis talk. Who am I? I looked at him and said, "Who am I?" This is a very strange thing. Who am I? We are doing advanced research in big chemical engineering, big top-notch university, and this and that. And this is who am I? Really, I need to know who I am. Like that. That was the thought I had, and I dismissed it. Gone. Dismiss, not to dismiss. People say dismiss, and then they all run away. Children run away. Like that, I ran away from there. And here I'm sitting talking about very passionately talking about who am I. Can you believe karma, how it works? Do you know, understand? No, no, Guruji, we also have karma, and I understand that. So this is it. So that who am I? How come I should know? Then why did I not know? You're saying what I know about myself is not what I am. Exactly, correct. That's it. And that also is very easy to figure out that I don't know. You know why? Because I say I am tall. I am tall this morning. Your mind is tall? No, no, no. My body is tall. Okay. Body is tall. Then I say I'm hungry. Oh, body is hungry? No, leg is hungry? Hand is hungry? Eyes are hungry? No, 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 no. What is hungry then? Stomach is hungry. Oh, a part of the body is hungry. Okay. Stomach is hungry. All right. All right. I'm short sighted. I'm short sighted. Stomach is short sighted? Body is short sighted, you mean? No, come on. You don't understand even this much. Eyes are not able to see properly. It's only the eyes that is short sighted. Oh, so the eye is going all over the place. Then I am sad. I am sad means who is sad? Stomach is sad? This body you said is I am tall, you said. That I body is sad? No, no, no. Mind alone is sad. Okay. Therefore, that means what? I really don't know what I am. I really don't know what. I really don't know. Because I can't be changing like this. How can the eye be changing like this? Sometimes I put the eye on the body. Sometimes I put it on the stomach. Sometimes I put it on the toe. Like this, it's moving all over the place. So it's very clear. I really don't know who I am. Shastram says you have to know who I am. All the words you said, stomach, body, mind, eyes, nose, all those toe, everything you said, it's all anatma. It's not really you. It's really an object. It's really an object, no different than all the objects you say. You don't say I'm fan, I'm house, I'm tree. You don't say like that. These things also, toe and all comes in that same category. Body also comes in the same category as the tree. It just so happens that wherever there's eye and the body is just great friends they are. They're so great, they're inseparable. That's the only thing. And that has led you to a wrong conclusion that I am the body. Dehatma Buddhi is deeply entrenched, and everybody else just amplifies that ignorance. They confirm the ignorance. Okay, that is why. So, this is the idea behind all these things. Atmaikya bodhena vimuktihi na siddhyati brahma shatantarepi brahma shatantarepi. This comes in our Shastram all the time. Brahma shatantaram means for those who are new, not difficult to understand. Shatantare. See, this antare, let's say years. Let's say years. Shatantare means 100 years. 100 years. What 100 years are you talking? Brahma Shatantaram means what? 100 years of Brahmaji's life. Our time scales, our and Brahma's time scales are very different. Time scale is different. Even our Pitrus also, Pitrus, people who have passed away, and we are supposed to do Shraddham for them every year, right? And so that Shraddham every year, our 1 year is 1 day for them. That is why every year I do my Shraddham so that our parents, our grandparents, they get that Bhojanam. They are remembered and they are given that food. Okay. And so that time scale is different. With Pitru itself, it is so different. 365 days of my time is equal to 1 day of their time. What about Brahmaji? now, we have to go back to Bhagavad Gita. And what does he say? I don't know, I wrote it down somewhere. This is Brahmaji is here. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Aharyad Brahmano Viduhu. Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam. Teho Ratra Vidojana. All right, very cryptic for those who don't know. Hey, there is something called Brahmaji, and he has a life also, and his lifespan is like this. This is the way to calculate his lifespan. This shloka says that. Okay. And what is his lifespan? His lifespan also is 100 years. But the year is not like your year. It's a long year. I'll tell you how to calculate that long year. That is 365 days. No, that day is not like your day. It's a very long day. I'll tell you how to calculate the long day. That long day is equal to is like this: daytime, night time. He also has a daytime like you also have, but his daytime is a long daytime. And tell me how long is that daytime? Okay, get ready. Get your notebook, get your pencil out, pen out. I'll tell you. Okay, there is something called Chatur Yuga. Have you heard about Chatur Yuga? Yeah, I've heard about it. I've heard, because India means you cannot say no to Chatur Yuga. Okay, if you didn't hear about it, that's also don't feel very sad. Chatur Yuga. You have you heard about Yuga? Yeah, Yuga I have heard. Okay. So there is something called Chatur Yuga. There are 4 yugas in that time scale. And Kali Yuga, I'm going to go backwards. Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Satya Yuga. These are the 4 yugas. I see. Okay, so many yugas. Then what about Kali Yuga? I'll tell you how long it is. Kali Yuga is a 4,000, 400,000 432,000, 4,32,000, 432,000 years. Which year? Brahmaji's year? No, no, no. Brahmaji's year we are calculating based on your year. Okay. Based on now your year. So your 4,300, sorry, 432,000 years. You live 432,000 years. That means you can say that is Brahmaji's year. No, no, no. Kali Yuga. We are talking only Kali Yuga. Okay, be careful. Don't get lost. Kali Yuga. That is Kali Yuga. One day, Brahmaji's days is 4 yugas. And Kali Yuga only we are. Okay, 432,000. Then what? Dwapara Yuga. Dwapara is just very simple. Multiply that by 2. That is 864,000. Then what about Treta Yuga? That multiply this by 2. Which by 2? This 864 you multiply by 2. No, I think, no, it's not correct. Yeah, exactly. 8 and 6 by 2, you multiply. So 1.6 million something will come. I think. I hope I'm not correct. Exactly. Then what about Satya Yuga? Satya Yuga, you multiply this guy Treta by 2. So 1, 2, 4, 8. I think that's how it works. And you add the whole thing up. Something is not adding up. Something is not adding up. But the whole thing will be 10 times Kali Yuga. Okay? My calculation, something I went wrong somewhere. But
I
we'll
think
do it later. Huh?
I think it is Treta Yuga will be the 3 times, like 432,000 is Kali Yuga, 864 will be, and then
Correct.
another 432,000 to the Treta Yuga,
Correct.
90.
Correct. Money is correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all it is. I did 1 times 2, then 1 times 3, 1 times 4. So this Satya Yuga is 4 times as long as Kali Yuga. This Treta Yuga is 3 times as long as Kali Yuga. And Dwapara Yuga is 2 times as long as Kali Yuga. And if you add all these things, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 10. And therefore 10 times Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is what? 432,000 years. Therefore, 10 times that will be 4.32 million years. 4.32 million years. That is how long it is? That is one Chatur Yuga. And what is one Chatur Yuga? It is a daytime of Brahmaji. What about nighttime? Fortunately, nighttime also equal to Brahmaji's daytime. Therefore, 1.6 4.32 million years plus 4.32 billion years is equal to 8.64 billion years, and that is one Brahma day. Okay. Then multiply it by 365. That multiplication factor is the same thing. That is 365 is one Brahma year. Okay. And then lifetime, multiply that by 100 also. Some number you will get. And that is one lifespan of Brahmaji. So, Brahma Shatantarepi. See, they are so confident that.
Then what is Manvantaram? 43 lakhs 20,000 is one Chatur Yuga. That
Yeah,
into 72 it would be Manvantaram.
72. Later on, we'll talk in Satsang. So that we don't get carried away. So Manvantara and all is there, 72. Okay, Ashtavimsati Tame, Kali Yuge, Pratame Pade, Jambut, all these things are going to come. Okay, so Manvantara, 72. You have to divide this by 72. There is a formula there. And then that period, it becomes smaller. That period is called one Manvantara. Okay. And then within one Manvantara, they divide it into, what is it, 7, I think. I forget now. Okay, 7 or something. Anyway,
14.
that was 14 Manvantaras are there. Okay. So anyway, this is one Brahma day. This number is fixed. Now we got the Brahmaji's lifespan. You calculated. You thought Brahmaji is calculating your lifespan. You say, wait a minute. You do this to me. I am going to do this to you. Okay. That is this is my way of showing my thumb to Brahmaji. Okay. So Shankara is saying, Brahma Shatantare api. You can do this Shastram study. You can do all this puja, japa, everything for this many years, the number you have in your hand right now. That many years, if you want, you can do. Moksha, it's not possible. Vimuktihi na siddhyati. Atmaikya bodhena vina. Right? Now you got the idea. Okay, that's the meaning of this shloka. Right? So karma will not give moksha. That is the meaning of this shloka. Jnana manom will give moksha. Okay. Another shloka is coming to my mind. Okay. You tell me if there is a connection between what I'm about to say and what we studied just now. Okay, you tell me. Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatina Muktim Janma Shatena. How many of you raise your hand if you think there is a connection between these two shlokas? Yeah, some of you raise hand. What I chanted just now is a shloka from Bhajagovindam, another text written by Shankaracharya. Bhajagovindam. Suddenly it comes.
Pradama
So there,
Prakarana Grantha.
huh?
Pradama Prakarana Grantha.
Okay, it could be. I've not heard that, but maybe. Yeah. So there he says, Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam. Vratam, you can do vows and all that. Pari Athava Dhanam, I'm a very big philanthropist. So Dhanam also I've done. Jnana Vihinaha, without knowledge, then Vajatina Muktim. Janma Shatena. Then there he says 100 lives also you can go. Like that he says. Here, 100 Brahmaji lives also. Same meaning it is. Okay. I think we have done that. There will be a lot of opportunity to study both this jnanam and things like that. So let's look at the next shloka. Chittasya shuddhaye karma.
Bhagyaji. Bhagya.
चित्तस्य शुद्धये कर्म
Natu vastupalabdhaye.
वस्तुपलभ्य लब्धये
Vastu siddhir vicharena.
विचार्येण
There is a Patapeda. Here it says, your notebook says vicharyena. I'm used to vicharena. Okay, so either way is fine. Vastu siddhir vicharyena.
वस्तुसिद्धिर्विचार्येण
Na kinchit karma kotibhihi.
न किञ्चित् कर्म कोटिभिः
Good. So now the question comes, you're saying jnanam is important. Then you mean karma is useless. Karma is useless. You're making a bold statement. Not just karma is useless. All prayers also are useless. Yagas are useless. All the Navagraha homas I've done, it's useless. Ganapati homa I've done is useless. And Ganapati Bappa, Maurya, Purushavashchi, Lokariya, all these things I've done. You're saying it's all waste. This waste means what? Hey, it is not useful for moksha, but moksha needs something and it will get you that something. Moksha needs some cash, okay? And it will get you some cash. That cash it gets. It won't get you moksha directly. Indirectly, it's useful. That is what he's saying in this shloka. Okay? In this shloka is saying, Chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastupalabdhaye. So, there's a very important thing called Chitta Shuddhihi. Chitta Shuddhihi. So, a life led by values. Values are so important for us. Why values are important? I'm not going to get moksha anyway with all karma. So now values also I can give up. I can just be what I want, do what I want. I don't have to listen to anybody, nothing. I will do things and just get away with it. Okay, that's the easy life. And no, no, values are important because even simply to lead a conflict-free life, to have a nice sleep tonight, every night, you need to live a value-driven life. Value-guided life has to be there. Otherwise, that itself is not possible. Proper life itself we can't lead. That I understand. But I'm glad we are doing that. Why? Because in the process, what happens is the mind becomes strong, emotionally sound, emotionally solid. And it may have some fears, etc. The fears are there. All the normal fears of a human being are there for this person. But the person is not going to be shaken by all that. Not going to be shaken. Not going to be shaken. Acceptance is there. Acceptance of situations will be there, readily accepting. Initially resisting, then accepting. I resist because the knee-jerk reaction. Resist. Then I say, no, I accept. I don't like it, but I accept it. Why? Because I can't change it. Nobody can change it. If it has to change, I need to change my approach. Do something else. Ask somebody, do something else. But I'm ready. I have a situation has already unfolded. It's got to go over. I can't go back in time. They say back to the future. Back to the future. bit odd state. Back to the past, I could understand, but back to the future was always confusing for me. Jump forward to the future, I can understand. Anyway, so uh, that chitta shuddhi. It's called. I become emotionally sound. I do not violate dharma. That's why a dharmic person is such a person you can actually worship, because he is an embodiment of all these values, he or she. Okay, and that itself gives us such joy, so much. Person has given up so much like that. You look at that person, and they live in very simple accommodation. All these Veda Pathshalas you should see, they're all very simple. The children lead a very austere life. They get up at 4 in the morning. Children, born small, kutti kutti, all small. Hardly there. You can just lift them up like this, and you feel like, my God, this girl. He has a nice shika and all he has, and he's wearing a little towel like dhoti. You can't get dhotis that size also, and they're doing all this. It's so beautiful to see all of them. And the older boys will get up first. They will take bath and all. Then they will come and help this younger boy, because he's not going to get up. He'll say, "Ma," he will say, okay? And somehow they have to coax him. So it's a great place for these children to grow. They'll coax him because all children are there. And so the good values will just shine. And so, like this, you see, these boys are leading this kind of life. So they will get used to simplicity. Veda Padashala means simplicity, that's all. They have to wash their own clothes. I was talking to these Padashala boys who had accompanied me to one ashram. Our ashram they Gurukula. I told you the other day. So I was coming back with them in the same vehicle. And so I was asking about their lifestyle and all that. Because I did not live that life. And so, and then he explained his daily, schedule. He explained, and we get up at 4, like that. He was saying, and we wash our own clothes. How do you wash your clothes? I checked, because maybe washing machine is there, because if I have to know, I want to know it properly. No, we wash it. We wash it with our hands. We put soap. Some people may have washing machine. That's okay. That's today is like that. But we have to wash it. And then young people, sometimes we have to wash their clothes. They can't wash their clothes. So that we'll share that load, and then we will wake them up a little later, and then we'll have to give them bath also. Because young boys, sometimes too young means they may not know how to take bath and all. So all this, I was having a nice conversation, sitting in the back seat, and so Chitta Shuddhi. See, look at that. At a young age, the person, they become so good. I was having conversation. They are so good. Even in conversations, they are very measured and to the point. These things, within 10 minutes, I could make out all these things. And they had packed some snacks. The ashram gave snacks, but they can't eat that. They won't eat that. So they had got something to eat, and they were having it. And so, very highly disciplined life. They're very happy. They're like boys only. They're talking like boys. Okay. Hey, like that only they talk. Don't think they're talking in Sanskrit, chaste language and all. No, good language they use, but they're like boys only, young boys. And so therefore, this chitta shuddhi is so important in this particular knowledge. So far, I've studied so much. I've got so many degrees and so much I've been picking up. Nowhere they say you must have chitta shuddhi to study. Qualification for going to college is finishing high school. That's about it. And then from college, you have to apply to some other medical school. You have to show a lot of stuff. But chitta shuddhi, what is? Are you a compassionate person? Are you courageous? Are you generous? Do you help with the poor people and all? They won't ask all these questions. They don't. Such value is not there. But it is also there. In a way, it is also there. They've realized that it is important. You know why? They say you have to do some service projects. Applying to college in America is not a joke, I tell you. And here on the demo, nowhere it is a joke. But there I saw all these children applying, and they have to do service projects, social service projects they have to do. And hours, so many hours they have to spend on all these things per week. And so it's a massive thing, very big thing, which is good in a way. So you're great in the subjects, but what about your idea of life? What about society? What about people? Do you give your time to others? Did you think of others? That is very important. That's very important. And I'm glad all these universities do that. Why is that important? What is the connection between my doing seva and my being a Nobel Prize in physics? Okay? What is the connection? There may not be a connection, my dear friend, but we want you to be a good human being. That's what the college is saying. You can get a Nobel Prize. You can do. You don't even need to go to college if you want to get Nobel Prize. Okay, you can do it yourself also, and you don't need us. And but you have to be a good human being when you come out of this college. Yeah, we will do. We will help you be a good citizen of the country, and of course, a knowledgeable, literate citizen of the country, qualified citizen, etc. So that's probably why that's the thinking behind all these things. So here also, here in fact, this the so-called chitta shuddhi, it becomes very important. What about all the other qualifications? Yes, you need some qualification. Some logical thinking is required. Logic is to be followed because it's all logical only. So that kind of literacy you must have. Do I need to know all this advanced math and physics, chemistry, geography, social studies, and all? No, it's all right. Just basic knowledge is enough. Basic knowledge is enough. Why? Because when the Guruji says something, you have to follow. That to that extent only you need to know. Coimbatore means it's good to know where Coimbatore is. I mean, where at least the word you must have heard ideally. If not, at least Google and find out. Okay, it may come out of my mouth periodically. And where is which state it is? It's nice to know. New York, everybody knows. I don't have to explain. There's some words, these words, the conversation, what I'm uttering, one has to understand. That much knowledge is enough. Logic, you need to know, that's all. Logic means when somebody says something, I am able to follow it. This is not advanced physics and all. This is your life. Our life is what is being talked about. Purushartha, Artha, Kama, any human being will understand. Dharma also they will understand. Righteousness. Punya will come. Moksha, this is what I'm seeking, that also we understand. So everything is understood based on that life led. That is why the qualification for Vedanta is what? Adhikaritvam Vivekaha. Atma Anatma Vivekaha. Hey, there is something called Atma, and I have confused myself, this Anatma body, to be myself. That's enough. That is enough to just push me all the way through. Then the Shastra says, no, that may not be enough also. There is something called Vairagyam. This passion must be there. So that I don't get carried away by all these goodies out there. The attention has to be on this book, on this text, on the Shastram. So mind has to stay focused. And somebody says, come here, come there, means you have to be able to say no, or later, or that's enough. I'm done eating. I'm done with it. That's it. Otherwise, carried away. My food will carry me away. Entertainment will carry me away. And entertainment means the whole world is left. And so I'm getting carried away constantly. Therefore, Vairagyam is brought in. I am intelligent. Anatma Viveka is there. But no time is there because Vairagyam is not there. Correct? You have to sit. I have to be able to at least listen for some time. Half an hour attention span, 1 hour attention span. Vairagyam will give me that. Then Shamadamadi, Shatka Sampatti, etc. is there. Mukshutvam. Shamadamadi is emotional maturity is there. All this anger, outbursts, and insensitivity, all this should be largely reduced. Nobody can eliminate anger, but largely reduced. Patience is there. Why? Because the subject matter requires not subject matter is difficult. It requires some focus. That's all. Can be very enjoyable also. Therefore, you look at the list, mumukshutvam, intense desire for moksha. Once viveka is there, moksha will be automatic. I am very clear about what I want in this life. So, which means as I live, I'm ready to give up certain things which were very important for me so many years ago. Why? Because moksha is my goal. I've done my duties. I know exactly what I want. That's called mumukshutvam. Okay. These are the qualifications. Nowhere it says you must have a degree. You must be literate also. It doesn't say. But the basic literacy is important because I have to understand what is being told, what is being said, what is being taught. That literacy is required. And the more we know, it's a little better. In the sense, more means what? At least college education is there. Then if I utter words like math and physics, there are some people who may not know it. So that's why some basic literacy is definitely useful. And so, Shankara is saying here, karma chittasya shuddhaye. Karma means activity, action. Life is all action only, from morning to evening, and action, action, action. And so, religious actions, non-religious actions, everything is all under this karma. The very act is under this karma category. And what is the purpose of karma? It is meant for chitta shuddhi, chittasya shuddhi. Literal translation, purification of the mind. Purification of the mind. And we have a better word, chitta shuddhi, antakarana shuddhi, etc. So just the maturity. Maturity. A mature human being, if you say, what will come to your mind, that should come here. All right, chittasya shuddhi. That means that adhikaritvam, that fourfold things are there, that becomes my qualification. And that qualification I can get only by karma. What is saying? Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Natu vastu palabdhaye. Natu vastu palabdhaye. Vastu is a technical word here for those of you who are new. Vastu means moksha, atma, brahma. वस्तु प्राप्ति के लिए कर्म प्रयोजन नहीं है. There is a thing here. वस्तु प्राप्ति means मोक्ष प्राप्ति, ब्रह्म प्राप्ति, आत्म प्राप्ति, उपलब्धि means प्राप्ति. For gaining atma, what I am seeking is myself, and so for gaining that, which is called moksha here, for gaining that moksha, natu karma na not karma is not meant for gaining moksha. We know karma is meant for gaining chitta shuddhi, not for moksha. Which means what? Karma is needed indirectly for moksha, not directly for moksha. Indirectly needed. Yeah. Then what? Vastu siddhir vicharena or vicharyena. Either one is fine. Vichar, let's say vichar. Vichar is easier. Vastu siddhir vicharena. I'm not sure if vicharyena is correct also. We'll look at it later. Okay. Let's say vicharena. Vichara means inquiry. Inquiry. Vicharena means by inquiry. By inquiry. By inquiry, what happens? Then how can I get moksha? Well, vastu siddhi it's called. Vastu siddhi means the gain of moksha. Vastu also refers to Atma and Brahma. But here, gain of Atma is equal to gain of Brahma is equal to gain of moksha. So, how can I get moksha? Vicharena. Vicharena. By inquiry. Okay. Because earlier he has said Atmaikya bodhena. By knowing what Atma is, I will get moksha. Okay, how do I know what is Atma? Vicharena. You have to inquire into it. Then any knowledge you can gain only by inquiry, by learning, by listening to somebody, doing some homework, etc. That is how I knew whatever I know now. And so, vastu siddhir vicharena. Okay. The kinchit karma koti bihi. Again, he's coming back to Brahma Shatantare AP. Same idea is bringing here. You can't get a glimpse of Atma even after thousands of births, 40 crores of births, crores of karmas. Not even a dash of idea I can have of Atma. Chance ledu. No chance. Not possible. And that's how my life has been all along. How many janmas I've led, nobody knows. God says, don't ask all these questions. Gahana karmano gatihi. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. Karmano gatihi gahana asti. It's too complicated. Let's not get into all the analysis of karma. That is what he's saying there. Very complicated. Leave it to Ishvara's hands. That's why we simply say, Sar pe likha hai. Sar pe likha hai. So best leave it aside. Don't get into it. Somebody long ago was saying that I did all these mistakes. I did all these mistakes. I feel guilty. Tell me, how do you help such a person? You'd help somebody? No, but I did all these things. I'm depressed. It is not worth living. My life is not worth living. I've done so many mistakes, okay? If you also did the mistakes I did, you also won't live. Okay? He's justifying you also. You also should come along with me. That's what he's saying. How will you help that person? So, he's saying, so that is because if this Janma's karma itself, I don't know how to deal with. What about past Janma? Fortunately, Shankara says, Nara Janma Durlabha. There is some punya that has been done. What is that? Vasanaya. Kenachit punya karmana. Punya karma visheshena. Okay, in that sankalpa it comes. Some punya I did somewhere. I don't know what it is. And I ended up being a human being. That's what it says there. Another mantra is there. And so, nakinchit karma means all karmas, all upasanas, all dhyanams are all useful for chitta shuddhi. And so it is so important. Don't give up karma just like that. No chance. Even sannyasi has karmas to do. Duties, certain minimum duties are there. He also has to do, she has to do dhyanam and things like that. Some basic karmas are there. And so karma can't be given up. Karma will be decided by the ashrama. Brahmachari has certain karma. Then Grihastha has a lot of karma. Vanaprastha has reduced karma. Sannyasa is even reduced karma. So the ashrama will decide my karma. I can't decide what my duties are. I can't decide. I don't have no choice, really speaking. The Purohit has to tell me what are my duties. He will tell me. But we generally know what the duties are. Grihastha knows what the duties are. Taking care of the family. And Vedic society, therefore, performing the rituals that have to be done. Taking care of Pitris also is my duty. Taking care of society is my duty. Grihastha's duty. Only a Grihastha has all these duties. Brahmachari has no duties like that. Brahmachari should focus only on study. Even though there is all this environmental problem, let it be there. Grihasthas are taking care of it. You also will become a Grihastha one day. You do all that stuff. But now your job is to just sit and study because now is the time your mind is free. You don't have to work. You don't have to worry about husband, wife, children and all. Now is the time. Mind is free. Now is the time you should study. Therefore, they've just created the brahmachari ashrama and said, you are a brahmachari. That's it. That means the society gives that person a license. And that is why we don't have brahmacharis working. You see, in America, in college students, they do work to earn money. There is this idea that children, they have to work for their own money. That idea is there. I don't say it's wrong at all. It's a good idea. They get exposed to earning their own livelihood. Then they value that life more. Then they forward to a job. They value the job more and all that. So definitely there's a value. But we also should see the other extreme. This is the only time when this guy can absorb. Jnanam is not easy. Saraswati Katakshan has to be there, and the work has to be done, and focus must be there. And so many, you look at these children, they're learning so many subjects. I said, really? Languages, Hindi, English, Tamil, social studies, geography, history, and then sciences are also there. Science, if you are in the science stream, science is there. Economic stream, and this is there. So many subjects are being studied in one semester. That shows we also did all that. Okay. But now it feels like, I mean, that person has that capacity. You have to give the person the freedom to pursue all of that. You can't say, do this, do that. That's why a child who is forced to take care of parents and all that becomes a little difficult. That person, his attention span will reduce. So all this you know. So therefore, nakinchit karma kotibihi. But if you talk about moksha, there's no chance. Don't connect karma with moksha. Connect karma with chitta shuddhi. Don't connect it with moksha. Moksha jnanam. Jnanena eva moksha. Karmana eva chitta shuddhi. That is the idea. That is what is being said in Vishnu. So we will continue with the next sloka shortly. Next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om